So in this episode, we basically see Chucky turning into Two-Face. But unlike Two-Face, who was at war with himself between his good side and his evil side, Chucky has no inner war, he only has an evil side. Anyway, so I cannot be the only one who thinks of Voldemort from Harry Potter when I think of the whole Chucky and his multiple souls split up into multiple dolls situation. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go watch the movies. I mean, either way, just go watch the movies. As much as this show is trying to introduce Chucky to a new audience and a new generation, it just can't be done. There's too many callbacks and like to Child's Play 2, to Bride of Chucky, to Curse of Chucky and Cold of Chucky. There were so many nods to the different movies in this episode alone that to really appreciate and understand this show, you really need to see the movies. Anyway, like I was saying with Voldemort, just like his original soul piece, his original Voldemort body started to break down a little bit almost because he had started to split himself so much. The same thing starts to happen to Chucky in this episode. We start to see that even though he has all these soul pieces in different dolls, it doesn't necessarily mean that he has unlimited power. So anyway, before we can continue, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more videos from me, please consider subscribing or just giving this video a like. It really helps out my channel. So basically, Devon, Lexi and Jake team up to become an unlikely trio. Whenever I say trio, I think of that episode of Buffy with those three guys that kept trying to kill her. Yeah, see, this is what I do. I can't stay on subject. So Jake and Lexi still obviously don't like each other, and they shouldn't. I mean, Jake tried to have his murderous doll kill Lexi, and Lexi is Lexi. She is a horrible bully. And I don't think that she should be redeemed by the show too quickly because she did some pretty horrible things, and it's pretty obvious that she wouldn't be apologising and working with Jake unless they were in a literal life and death situation. But anyway, they have to work together, so they're trying to focus on stopping Chucky above all. And Lexi, basically we see more of her home life, how her mum is this horrible person who favours her younger sister. And, I feel sorry for her, but at the same time, it's no excuse for how she treats people. So we see that her younger sister, because her old doll is looking all Two-Face like nobody wants a doll that looks like this unless you're a psychopath. So her father orders her a new Chucky doll or Tommy doll online. So basically, when Jake, Devon and Lexi, the trio, are trying to hunt down Chucky, they see this new Tommy doll and think maybe somehow Chucky has... Well, Lexi finds him and thinks that maybe Chucky has somehow had a, doll plastic surgery makeover and somehow fixed all his burns, and Tommy is actually Chucky, so she goes psycho and starts freaking out and trying to kill him, and her family are just standing there thinking, okay, our daughter is insane. Anyway, so basically the long and the short of it is that we see that chant, the one that I'm talking about, that iconic Chucky chant, the give me the power chant, and Chucky swaps his body, his soul, with the Tommy doll. Well, I don't think the Tommy doll had a soul to begin with, but you know what I mean. So basically, when the Two-Face Chucky is in the bin and Lexi, Jake and Devon find him in the bin, they kill him, thinking they've killed him, but really he's in the Tommy doll, so we don't really get to see any further than that. We'll have to wait until next week's episode to see what happens with the Tommy doll, but I can't wait to find out what their reactions are going to be. Though they definitely know that Chucky isn't dead, because at the end of the episode, we see that Chucky has actually killed the school principal. And how on earth does Chucky manage to drag a grown woman or any human body around? I mean, he's like that tall. Does being a doll give him superhuman strength? So this is one of those things that you have to be a fan of the franchise to really pick up on. But basically the guy that voices Chucky, Brad Dourif, his real life daughter, Fiona Dourif, is the one that plays Nica in the Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky movies. So we see her again in this episode as both Nica and as Nica possessed by the Chucky doll, and as playing her father as Chucky in the flashback of when he met Tiffany. Wow, that is so meta that it makes Scream look like it's not meta at all in comparison. I mean, wow, that is a lot to take in. And let me tell you, Fiona does an amazing job playing her father. I mean, they look so similar, it is freaky. So when you have the dubbing of Brad Dourif's iconic Chucky voice, it is just scary how similar they look. But anyway, so we see a flashback, and this flashback turns out to be when Chucky and Tiffany met. So this is something I've always wondered, like, where did they meet? How did they meet? So we finally get those answers revealed. So basically, Chucky met this woman in a club who turned out to be psycho like him, and he basically teams up with her to go on this Bonnie and Clyde type killing people, rampage, and that is where he meets Tiffany. So Tiffany is the next victim for him and his accomplice, I forget the name of the woman, and basically he decides that he likes Tiffany more than he likes this other woman that he's working with, because Tiffany is also a psycho. He goes to kill her and she's encouraging him, saying, do it, like she isn't afraid at all. So he prefers Tiffany to this girl. And yeah, obviously he has a type, and that type is crazy. So we see them teaming up and they start kissing, and that's the end of the flashback. And even though we had Jennifer Tilly, the woman who plays Tiffany, we had Tiffany's dubbing over the actress's voice, it still just felt wrong to me. And I think that is because the actress who played Tiffany looked absolutely nothing like Tiffany, where obviously Fiona Dourif looked so much like her father that was just, it was just weird seeing one look so much like who they're supposed to look like and the other one look nothing like it at all. Anyway, so that was the end of the flashback, and I'm really hoping we get to see more of them, because honestly, the flashbacks into Charles Lee Ray and his childhood have definitely been one of my favourite moments in the series so far. So in present day times, we see Chucky and Tiffany, and they're at the same hotel they met at. How romantic. So we see that Tiffany is older and Chucky is possessing the body of Nica still. So basically they've kidnapped these guys, and then Chucky, he finds himself losing control over Nica's body, and she regains control for a short time. But then Chucky eventually wins and gets control back. So Junior is starting to get suspicious of all the time that Lexi, Jake and Devon are spending together. And really, can you blame the guy? I mean, they're three very unlikely people to have started to have this weird friendship all of a sudden. So basically, it turns out Junior's mum has cancer, and that was what the big secret was. So you feel sorry for the guy, because it means that he's going to be left alone with his overbearing father. And his father is showing that he has a temper, very much like his brother did. And his mother, when she sees that he's starting to get a little bit aggressive towards Junior, she says maybe we should get rid of Jake, like that's the problem. Anyway, so I can't wait for next week's episode to see Kyle and Andy come onto the show and see what they've been up to. And hopefully some more flashbacks with Tiffany and Chucky. I can't wait to see more of them, hopefully. So let me know, what was your favourite part of the episode? And like I said earlier, please subscribe, comment, like, all of that stuff. Thanks, guys.